Yo, what's going on YouTube? We back at it with another video. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment down below on what you want next. Today we're going to be talking about something interesting, and that's droopiness in the leaves. As you can see, I've encountered that myself. Have you ever walked into your grow tent expecting to see your plants looking way better than they did yesterday, only to find the leaves hanging down? I think every grower has had that moment at least once. Your mind immediately starts racing. Did I overwater? Did I underwater? Are they lacking nutrients? Is my light too strong? But before you know it, you're standing over there trying to solve different problems that may not even exist. One of the biggest lessons I've learned today is that droopy leaves don't always mean your grow is in danger. They're simply your plant's way of communicating with you. They can't speak, so they use their leaves to tell you when something feels off. The trick isn't reacting as fast as possible, it's learning how to understand what they're trying to say. The very first thing I do is avoid making a bunch of changes all at once. It's tempting to water, raise the light, lower the light, mix the nutrients, and start adjusting your setting on your controller because you want to fix the problem immediately. But if you change 5 things at once, you'll never really know what solved it. Sometimes the smartest move is slowing down for a few minutes and observing the plants before touching anything. The first thing I usually check is the weight of the pots. This has honestly become one of the easiest habits I built because the pot tells you a lot without needing expensive equipment. If the container feels heavy, the chances are there's plenty of moisture still left in the growing medium. That means the roots probably don't need another watering yet. When the roots stay soaked for too long, they don't get enough oxygen, and oxygen is just as important as water. Healthy roots need to breathe. If they can't, the whole plant starts showing signs of stress. If those leaves begin hanging lower than normal, now, if I pick up that same pot and it feels surprisingly light, that's a completely different story. A light pot usually means the roots have already used most of the available water. At that point, a slow and even watering outside of the root zone can make a huge difference. I don't like dumping all the water in one spot because that can create channels where the water rushes straight through the pot instead of soaking evenly through the growing medium. Taking your time allows the roots to absorb more moisture while encouraging them to continue spreading outward. One thing that surprised me when I first started growing is that droopy leaves don't always mean the exact same thing. Believe it or not, overwatered plants and underwater plants can actually look very similar. That's why I never make decisions based on how the leaves look. I always combine what I'm seeing with how heavy the pot feels and how long it's been since the last watering. That simple habit has saved me from making the wrong decision more times than I can count. After checking the watering situation, I move to the environment. The temperature and humidity play a much bigger role than people realize. Even if you're watering perfectly, your plants can still droop if the roots become too hot or if the humidity climbs higher than what the plants are comfortable with. When your environment stays unstable, your plants spend more energy trying to survive instead of growing. That's one of the reasons I really enjoy using the Spider Farmer GGS Smart Ecosystem. Instead of constantly checking on my tent every hour wondering if something changed, it helps maintain a much more consistent environment by automatically adjusting the equipment when conditions start drifting away from where I want them. Consistency is something plants absolutely love. Airflow is another thing that's easy to overlook. Plants enjoy fresh air moving around because it strengthens the stems and helps prevent moisture from sitting on the leaves. But stronger isn't always better. If one fan is constantly blasting on the same side of the plant, the leaves can actually become stressed from too much direct airflow. I like having a gentle breeze that makes everything move naturally instead of looking like it's caught in a windstorm. The goal is movement, not punishment. Lighting is another area worth checking before assuming something's wrong with your nutrients. If your light is too close or your intensity is suddenly increased too much, plants can become stressed while trying to process more energy than they're ready for. On the flip side, if your light is too far away, the plants may begin stretching while also losing some of their healthy posture. I always try to make lighting adjustments gradually instead of making huge changes overnight because the plants can appreciate more consistency than constant corrections. It's also important to pay attention to when your plants are drooping. If they're beginning to relax shortly after the lights are off, that's actually normal. Just like people get tired at the end of the day, plants naturally prepare for the resting period. Then after the lights come back on, you'll often notice those same leaves lifting back up and reaching towards the light again. That's completely different from a plant that's been drooping all day long because something in its environment is stressing it. At the end of the day, becoming a better grower isn't about memorizing a schedule or copying exactly what someone else does. Every grow room is different, every environment is different, and every plant has its own personality. The real goal is learning how to understand what your plants are trying to tell you. Every time you walk into a tent, take a minute to really look at them. Watch how they respond after watering, how they react when you're adjusting your environment, and how they change from day to day to the next. Those small observations add up over time. Before you know it, you'll start catching little issues long before they become big problems. That's honestly one of my favorite parts about growing. You're never done learning. Every run teaches you something new. Whether it's a mistake you won't make again or a technique that ends up working even better than you expected, the more experience you gain, the less you rely on guessing and the more you rely on understanding what you're seeing. Instead of rushing to fix every little issue, you'll learn to stay patient, make one adjustment at a time, and give your plants an opportunity to respond. Remember, droopy leaves don't automatically mean your grow is ruined. Most of the time, they're simply asking for a small correction. By staying patient and paying attention to your watering habits, keeping your environment stable, and letting the plants guide your decision, you'll build confidence with every growth cycle. Keep learning, keep observing, and most important, enjoy the process. Harvest day only comes once every grow, but the journey to get there is where you build the experience that makes every future harvest better than what the last one was. Every healthy leaf, every new branch, every challenge overcome is another step towards becoming a confident grower. Stay consistent, trust the process, and your plants will usually reward the patience you put into them. And that's all I got for today, chat. We're going to be showing a little 50-second time lapse on how the growth has been going on this journey. Like, subscribe, drop a comment down below on what you want next, and we are out.